MMA boxing talk here, coming at you with another video. I just want to put out a quick video talking about Third Coast Boxing and MMA YouTube channel. Go check his channel out. That's Third Coast Boxing and MMA. He's got awesome videos on boxing and MMA. Similar to my channel. He covers both. Now, I found out about his channel because YTBC Student, shout out to his channel as well, great boxing channel. He put out a spotlight video on Third Coast Boxing and MMA, spotlighting his channel, and he told me to check it out, and I did, and I just subscribed. Listen to a couple of Third Coast Boxing and MMA's videos. I really like his content. I like how he's unbiased. And I like I just like his mixture of content with MMA and boxing. Now, I listened to a few of his videos, but the most recent one I listened to was the Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping review video he put out, and it was a good video, and it kind of made me just kind of want to put out a video also talking about that controversial fight with Silva and Bisping. Now, obviously the controversy all started in the third round, because we all know Bisping won round 1 and 2 pretty clearly. Now, the third round, the whole thing with Michael Bisping losing his mouth guard and Herb Dean, not stopping the fight, which he shouldn't have stopped the fight, because when he didn't, whenever Bisping was yelling at the ref, because there has to be a break in action, and Silva seemed to be overwhelming Bisping at that point, taking advantage. Herb Dean shouldn't have been yelling anything at him. He really shouldn't have said anything. I think Herb Dean was just telling him, keep fighting, keep fighting. But really, he probably shouldn't have said anything, I guess. But whatever. Now, the whole controversy with the knee, obviously, Bisping got rocked with that knee. And personally, in my opinion, he got saved by the bell, because the knee landed, about a second before the bell, the final bell for that round. Now, I think that Bisping wasn't completely out of it. He wasn't unconscious. As soon as it happened, he fell to his knees, and he looked right up to the ref, wondering, I guess, if he stopped it, because he wasn't sure, because there's been stoppages that have been controversial before, early stoppages and things like that, so you never really know. Now, Anderson made the mistake, and just, he assumed that the fight was over. You never assume the fight is over. You always go until the ref stops the fight. That's the rule in MMA. You don't stop landing punches and kicks and whatever until the ref stops it, because Bisping wasn't completely out. Now, regardless, the bell would have saved him. But Anderson, he made a mistake going up. He was on his knees in the center of the octagon, and people are telling him that it's not over. He still goes up to the cage and sits up on the cage, and it takes him a while to finally convince him that it's not over, and that gave Bisping some time. To his credit, Anderson fucked up there. He really should have regathered himself quickly when people were telling him it was over. The ref didn't even stop it, so why would he think it's over? You know what I mean? It's just because a guy falls to his knees. He was very dazed, don't get me wrong. He was hurt, but he wasn't unconscious, in my opinion, and I don't think it should have been stopped. And then people would have been like, it was an early stoppage, with the bell ringing at the last second, and Bisping not being totally out of it. Who knows? But I just think too, another reason Silva lost that fight was in the fourth round, because that fourth round, Bisping was still, to start that round, even though he had some time to recover with Silva hanging, doing a celebration on the fence, Bisping still looked pretty out of it to start that fourth round. And Bisping, he came out and he put the pressure on, and Anderson stood on the cage, back to the cage for about a good 3 minutes of that round. Not really doing anything, doing his weird stuff with his arms and stuff. I mean, that should have been the round where he took control. Because if he wins that round, he wins the fight, no doubt. But he lost that round. He lost that round, and then Bisping had the first, the second, and the fourth. Mind you, Silva landed heavier shots, the heavier shots in the fight. Bisping landed more. He still dropped him twice, I believe. Once in the first and the second. I know in the second for sure. But anyway, so both guys got dropped. Mind you, Anderson wasn't as hurt, but I think a lot of the controversy and the confusion came because Anderson just assumed that he won, but really, he it's the ref that decides when the fight's over, or the bell. So, just want to put out a little video, just giving my take. But yeah, I appreciate Third Coast Boxing MMA putting out that video because it was a good video. He was talking about the stoppage being a case of the ref not doing his job right, or should have stopped the fight, and also it could have been a case of Michael Bisping getting saved by the bell, and definitely saved by the bell is definitely how I see it. And the ref, I really don't feel that he should have stopped it, because another thing too, Anderson didn't follow up with his punches after he landed that vicious knee. He didn't follow up with anything, and Bisping wasn't out completely. So I think Herb Dean actually did the right thing. Now I know Herb Dean is guilty in the past of making mistakes. Like, trust me, he is not perfect. We all know that. He gets his fair share of criticism, which is deservingly so. But I don't think he made a mistake in this fight, other than maybe talking to Bisping while the fight was on. Maybe he should have just said nothing. But anyway, that's my take on it. So yeah, go subscribe to Third Coast Boxing and MMA channel for boxing and MMA, and also check out YTBC Student, and also check out Jay Cotto's fight page. He's got a great hashtag Come Back to Boxing radio show as well. You can find all that information out on Jay Cotto's fight page. Shout out to the Fight Guru. Shout out to Shady Slim. And I don't know if I'm missing anyone, but if I am, I'm sorry. Let me know. But that's it for this one. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.